Hi everyone, I'm Frida and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made this reversible cross pendant. This is an enamel pendant with some filigree wire work on both sides. Before we get started, I would like to say thank you to my patrons for the support. This is a Christmas order and they ordered a simple cross. I started with cutting out the shape of the cross and filing the edges. I needed to drill 2 holes, so I marked the spot where the hole is going to go. After I grabbed my drill and drilled the holes. Even though this pendant is going to be reversible, I still domed it because it would warp in a weird way, and the blue is going to be the front and the black is the back. The next step was making the filigree wires. I'm going to share it on my Patreon how I made these filigree wires. After I cut out the design from the filigree wires for the back, I sifted the back with black enamel. I fired it off camera and I sifted another coat. Before I fired the second coat, I placed the design on the surface of the pendant with a tweezer. When we do enamel work, we always work on the back first. That's what I'm doing here. I'm making sure that the back is done before I start to work on the front of the pendant. I fired it off camera and when it cooled, I sifted the front of the pendant with clear for silver. I wanted to share something cute with you. We live in a wilderness in Arizona and sometimes I step out the door and this is what I see. I fired the pendant off camera. After that, I cut out the design from the filigree wires. I'm doing the same design on the front and it's a very simple design, so I didn't even make a drawing. When the pieces were cut out, I took my glue and I glued the pieces on the front of the pendant. A small amount of glue goes a long way, so I always dilute the glue with water. One thing is important to mention here, that I always put a thin wire around the holes. This step prevents the enamel to get in the holes and melt in them. I fired it off camera so the filigree pieces got stuck in the melted base coat. That means that the filigree pieces are not going to slide around anymore on the surface, so the piece is ready for the colored enamel. You have to be careful here not to get the enamels on the wire work because you can't clean it off after that and it's going to discolor the wires. I'm using beautiful blue colors and I'm going for the ombre effect. I waited the enamel to dry and I fired it in my kiln on 1400 Fahrenheit for 2 minutes. This was a simple project, so if you're a beginner, I suggest to start with something like this. I love how the bead complements these beautiful blue colors. If you like my work, please consider supporting me on Patreon, or you can show your support with subscribing to my channel, liking and sharing and commenting on my videos. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description. Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates, and thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!